first is you made a choice to make a change, and that is the first step to everything. So if you know anything about me, one of the biggest things that I talk about is mindset. I am different than any other coach out there when it comes to changing your hitting your goals. I don't even like to call myself completely a transformation coach because I'm different. I'm very, very different. Most of a tribe will say that. I could give you nutrition, I can give you fitness. However, what is super important is I can give you all of those tools, but if you can't change what's between your ears, nothing changes. So I want you guys to give yourself a high five for being here. And note that you just showing up for yourself is huge. So you should applaud yourself. You should applaud yourself for just signing up and taking the challenge to be here for the next 2 weeks. Okay? All right. So quick round robin, very quick round robin. Who you are, where you're from, and what you're most excited about. And go Andrea. Oh, gotta unmute yourself. I'll ask you to unmute.
Nope. Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay. All right. I'm from Plymouth, Mass. My name's Andrea. I'm gonna be 46 in September. And I am most excited about just getting healthier and sounds kind of shallow, but I want my clothes to look good on me.
Not shallow.
Trying to lose 15, 20 pounds. So
absolutely not shallow at all. I love it. Great goals. Thanks for sharing, Andrea. Asta, go. I'm like, God, I gotta make sure I say that right.
Yeah, you're right. Hi, hello everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm calling from Lithuania, Europe, and here is 4 p.m. So my Monday is nearly finished. You. So probably I'll start your program from tomorrow morning. I guess I'm excited to be here to hear that you are excited to feel your energy. It's a bit different from what we have here in Lithuania. We are more like, I don't know, introverts, I guess. So it's crazy to feel that from your end. And my goals, I don't know, I'm in sports like 3 years. And I finally liked it, and I want to keep going. So that's what I'm looking for good mood and some results.
Good. I love it. I love it. Yes, this will factor into your time change, just so you know. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow. We've got some people you're in Europe, right? We also have people in Australia in here. So yeah, your time will roll with us, and it should be adjusting to your calendar. So keep me posted on that. All right. Excited to have you here. All right. Who wants to go next? Drop in the comments. Kathy, are you able to speak to us yet? Dun, 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 in the chat box.
Oh, hi, sorry, I was washing up. My finger was wet and I couldn't unmute.
That's all right.
Sorry about that. It's 6 a.m. here in California, and it's first day of school, so we're just trying to get the kids off. Anyway, I am 51 from Southern California, and I got pretty ill back in 2015, 2016, and in the next few years gained 60 pounds. But I couldn't really work out much to take it off just because of the health reasons. So I'm finally at a place where I just had to go. I wouldn't call myself an athlete. Funny thing is I hate to run, but I've done 3 marathons. And, if you tell me give me a challenge, I'm all in, even if it's something I don't like to do. I love a challenge. So I've run a few marathons and used to do tons of 5Ks and things just for fun. And yes, even though I hate running, I love the environment, and I used to be a competitive swimmer when I was younger, but so all of this kind of hit me sideways, and my health has just gone to pot. And I think I said in one of all the forms that we had to fill out, like my kids, they don't even remember what I call the real me because they were too young when I got really sick. Sorry, I'm getting choked up because it makes me so mad. anyway, so I'm just trying to get my life back and my body back. And so finally, for the last couple of years, I have been able to just stop trying to jump in with 2 feet and take it slow. And I'm finally making some progress, and I'm down like 37 pounds, but it's been like slow. So, but I'm almost there. I want to get back to like 155, and I started this mess at 205, and so I'm 167 as of last week. And I know that you shouldn't get hung up on a number. In the beginning I did, but now that we're getting closer, I know that is like varies, you know what I mean, because of the weight training and stuff, which I didn't really used to do. I just used to run and hike and things, but I broke my toe or before summer started, right as summer started, and had to totally shift my workouts into the gym. And now I'm seeing actually better results without doing any like running or normal cardio and just using all of the machines and stuff. So my goal, yes, is to, yes, I'm 51, but sorry, I want my hot girl bod back.
Listen,
and I want to know that I'm
you
using.
deserve to have your hot girl bod.
I do. My girls, my daughter's like, why are you doing that machine, Mom? I'm like, oh, shut up. Anyway, I don't like, I'm kind of winging it in the gym. I think I'm doing okay, but I know I could be doing better, and I want to know that I'm doing the right machines and what am I not doing that I should be doing. So I think I'll get that here.
You will. You absolutely will. I love it. I love it. I love it. And thank you for being vulnerable and sharing. You are in a very safe place here. All of you guys know that this is a safe place for you. And this is our ultimate goal, is to help you get from A to Z. And like I said, a lot of this happens right between our ears. So thank you for sharing, Kathy. We are excited to have you here. Chris, I want to hear from you really quickly. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Everybody be ready to
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Chris. I live in Gillette, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
And I'm probably the oldest in the group. I'm 66, and I joined because I want to lose weight, but I also need to build muscle. And I am muddling. I'm trying to do it. I have had a little success, but I want to have a lot of success, and I know you can help me.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. And you are not the oldest person that I've worked with. I've made some pretty damn sexy 60-year-olds. You should.
Awesome.
I have no problem with that. And I love that you're here, and thank you for sharing so much. All right, I'm going to do a couple more of you guys, because then I want to get rocking and rolling with this. Lisa, if you are on the app, get in that Glute Gone Wild chat and find out where everybody is. Estella, good morning. Good morning. Share.
Good morning.
Good morning. I bet you're the youngest in the group.
I bet I am. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Honduras, and it's 7 a.m. right here right now. So I'm just waiting for the nanny to arrive, and I just joined the 2-week challenge right now. Just I know I need help. I just had a baby 9 months ago, so I need to have my body back, feel tone up and lose like that belly fat. So I'm very excited.
Well, we're excited to have you. And you know what I love most? You're 29 years old, you're hitting 30. And to get started now, and a lot of these ladies will tell you, building that muscle and creating that habits is going to set you up for success as you age, because as we age, we start to lose muscle. So well done on being here. I love that you're joining us. Joyce, what's up, young lady? I'm going to ask you to unmute. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here.
Hi, so I'm Joyce from Bethesda, Maryland. I'm in the 60 club. I'm just 60 now. I want to get back to looking like 50. That's my goal.
I love it.
I was like 115 pounds. I was extremely active, and yeah, just want to do that.
Just want to do that. All right. We got you, girl. Angela.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah,
I'm about.
Huh?
I'm just teasing you. I said, did you shave your beard?
Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I'm getting ready to join that 60 club. I'm 59 now, and I have noticed a huge difference in my body from 50 to 55 and now 60. I'm a pretty active person by nature. I've had a lot of like health issues go on, and I'm not in the best of health right now. I've got a back injury, a left shoulder injury, and a sinus thing going on, and I still want to show up for myself and get in shape. You know,
I love it. I love it. I love hearing all of this. And so many of you guys are here. Sorry, I had to mute a couple of you. There was background noise. So many of you guys are here for all the right reasons. I love all of it. Like, you're here for your health. You're here to get your hot body back. You're here just to make a change in your life, and that is so important. Know that it is okay, and that's one of the things that I want to talk about today. So on today's call, this is a kickoff call. I want to set you up for what the next 3 weeks are going to look like. Holy shit, 3 weeks? Yep. You guys have me for 3 weeks. You get a bonus week with me. Right? So that's the secret. You get a bonus week. And part of the reason for me giving you a bonus week is a lot of you have been in here for a week, but we had to wait until everybody got in order for us to do a kickoff, because I wanted you guys to start together and end together. So this week, and I'm going to talk to you about this week, this is a crucial week. There's going to be a lot of education this week, okay? You're going to do a lot of learning. And what we're going to do is, everybody ever heard of the terminology of the frog in the hot water? Raise your hand if you've heard of the frog in the hot water. Yep, I heard somebody raise their hand. Okay, so if you haven't heard of it, if you are the frog and I have a cup of hot water and I toss you in the hot water, what are you going to do? You're going to jump out of that damn cup, aren't you? That water's hot. You're going to just jump out of that cup. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you in a cup of lukewarm water. We're going to start to heat you up. Okay, so we're going to just keep heating you up over the next couple of weeks. So the intensity level is going to go up. This is what we do with all of our programs, even our VIP and our exclusive programs. When you work with us one-on-one, we start you out and we warm you up, because let's face it, every single one of you here are high-performing women, and you have a lot of shit going on. And the last thing that we want to do is overwhelm you and have you jump out of the cup of water. So you're going to see, we're going to do a lot of habit stacking, and we're going to build. So I'm going to outline today some of the things that are going to be the key to your success, as well as share with you guys what you need to be doing this week and how this is going to lay out. So first and foremost, one of the things that I want you to say is, like I said, give yourself a high five. And we're going to talk about a lot of the top tips in here. And one of the biggest things that you need to do, and it sounds like all of you guys are ready to do this, is you want to be open. We have to learn to embrace the change. So again, give yourself a high five here, because this is new and this is change. And you may not want to be here. Okay, you may not have wanted to do the thing. What I mean by that is, you may not want to be, some of you guys shared, in the place that you're at right now, but you're here because you also don't want to be. So it may be, what am I trying to say? It may be uncomfortable to be here, right? And you may have uncomfortable moments here, but you're here because you don't want to be where you currently are, right? You don't want to be unhappy. You don't want to be these things. Why am I saying this poorly? Well, I don't know. So it's 9 o'clock here. But what I'm trying to say is, basically, change is uncomfortable, guys, but you made the choice to change. And a lot of times we say things to ourselves and you might find yourself saying things like this to yourself during this program. And I want to talk to you about it, because we're going to work on changing that thought process, because you're here for a reason. You're here because you want to make a change, and you're not comfortable with what you see in the mirror, how you feel, how you're aging, what you look like after. Yes, I'm sitting on a bouncy ball. I don't sit on a regular office chair, so that's why I roll around. But you don't like what you see in the mirror. There's all the things that you guys talked about. So a lot of times we say to ourselves, that's not for me. How many have said that? That's not for me. Or I don't have the time. or I don't have the finances, or that's not what I do, or I'm not that type of person. These are things that can come up, languages that we can use. And what I want you to do over the next 3 weeks is consider this. Your type of thing has gotten you to where you are now. So you have to change the way you talk to yourself. Why do I say that? Because I want you to start to catch yourself when these things enter your brain. Lisa will tell you they've entered her brain before. I'm not that person. I don't do that. This is what I do. This is who I am. Catch yourself, guys. Catch yourself in those moments and say, this is my thing. This is what I do now. These are the things that I'm going to do differently. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Totally is. But if you're not uncomfortable, nothing is going to change. And you know this because you've done some pretty fucking amazing things in your life. Each and every one of you have done some huge things. You're very high performing women that have done amazing things. And what you know is that you must feel uncomfortable to create change. Doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So, do what scares the hell out of you. Deal? I see smiles. If it scares the fucking hell out of you, then do it. Do it, because that is what's going to make some changes. Drop me some fire in the comments. Give me a hell yes if you are ready to do what scares the fucking hell out of you, because buckle up, baby. We're about to get crazy. All right, so what I want to do first is we're going to go over some top tips, fastest way to success. Some of the tools that are in here, how the best way to communicate with us, and really what this week is going to look like. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror my screen really quick. Now, I am not going to go through the entire how to use the app. I'm going to show you some of the things that I dropped in the group earlier to make sure that you've got certain things done so that you're getting the messages. What I need you to know is we have you set up for 100% success. In fact, before I do that, I'm really going to quickly share my screen so you guys can see. This is the back end. I'm going to share my actual phone screen in a minute, but you can see my screen over here. Now, what we have you set up for is this is your week, all right? So we're going to do a lot of stretching this week. You're also going to have some walking goals, things like that. Now, you may be like, what the fudge am I doing stretching? Well, some of you may be working out regularly. Some of you may not. We need to make sure that you are well warmed up and ready, and we're not getting you crazy sore as we get into this program. So this is some of the things. Some of the other things that you're going to notice, and I'm going to show you how to find them, is you're going to have tasks that are going to show up, and I'm going to show you in a second on my phone where they're going to show up. This is my calendar that I've created for you. So you will see this, it'll look different for you, but I want you to see that you're going to have goals. You're going to get messages from us where we're going to be dropping information all week long. So some of the things we're going to have you do this week or today, you're going to get a message that's going to be getting to know this app. Okay, so this is going to be a video that's going to drop, and it's going to walk you through the app. So I'm not going to do that today. It's actually Coach Jen. It is about a 20-minute video, okay? Don't sleep on this shit, guys. And you can find this stuff later if you don't get through it all, but make sure you're taking the time, because this is what's going to help you. Tomorrow, you're going to be asked to take some progress fit photos and update your metrics. Don't worry, we teach you how to do this, okay? We'll show you how to do all these things. On day 3, we're going to start to talk about nutrition. We're actually going to I have a special surprise for you. You guys are actually going to be the first ones to have access to something that I just recently created. It's called the Fueled AF macro calculator. You're going to get a sample plan, and we're going to talk a lot about nutrition. Some of the auto messages that you'll get in here, as you are going to see, these are automated messages that will be spitting out to you in your messages for me. It'll look like I'm sending you a message, but these are set up. So again, we're going to talk about nutrition. And also next Monday's call is where I'm going to review all the nutrition with you. So next Monday, we're going to talk about all the tools that you've just been given. Okay, so take the time to read the messages. We're going to talk to you about getting geared up. We have some motivational information that we're going to be sharing with you on where success comes, how we build a foundation. So we're going to talk a lot about these. Some of these are going to include people that are in our tribe and are going to like literally talk to you a little bit about some of the things that they have learned. We'll talk a little bit about supplementation. You're going to learn how to check in, all the things. We've got you set up. And then, as I said, your training, guys, will be coming in the following week. And we have focused a lot on glute work. However, know that this is going to be a full body workout. We've just put more focus on glutes. At the end of all the Monday's calls, I'm going to work, with the exception of today, I'm going to work with you guys on glute engagement. So that's a little side information that you guys are going to get. That at the end of each call, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit because that's what I find women struggle with. You guys said you wanted Glutes Gone Wild. So while this is an all-encompassing program, it's really designed to really kickstart you guys into fat loss, weight loss, all the things, and get to know us a little bit better in this tribe. I am going to deliver on what I promised, and my goal is to teach you how to actually engage that glute. So when you're doing glute workouts, you're starting to feel it. Because how many of you do glute exercises and you just don't fucking feel your glutes? Yeah, Lisa's been there before. She's been there before.
I have.
So we're going to give you some tips on how to make sure that you're feeling it. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my app. I'm going to quickly show you around to make sure that you understand what you're seeing. Again, I'm not going to do a full explanation because this is dropping to you today. So at one point in today, you're going to get a message. It's going to be Jen, the coach, our coach Jen is going to drop you a message. She's actually going to run you through the app verbatim, what it looks like for you. But right now, I am going to share my screen again, and then I'm going to mirror my phone. You should see me and my messy screen. Now, I am not going to be able to see you guys. So somebody will have to come off of mute. Lisa, I'm going to say that's you and say, yes, I can see your screen when I mirror it.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Great. Awesome. I cannot see any of you guys, but you should be able to see. So this is exactly, I actually assigned myself to the 2-week challenge. So you should see this right now in your app, okay? You may have already opened some of this. Now it says, hooray, today is a rest day, because I don't have any activity for you. But when you have something to do, one of those days that I said you're going to have some stretch activities, it is going to show up. All of your workouts will show up where it says rest day, hooray, it's rest day. When you have a message from me, so welcome to your 2-week challenge. When you click read more, this is that video that I'm telling you about, that where Coach Jen, you can hit the play button and she's going to walk you through the hallways of this. Okay. I'm not going to do that, but you have access to that. Your tasks, as I showed you in a video earlier, live down here. So every day you're going to have tasks. Get to know EverFit. Okay, some more information on EverFit. This is the EverFit experience. If you, after you've watched or completed a task, if you do this, This is going to complete the task, and it will let us know that you completed it, and it will also clear your task so it doesn't look like you still have shit to do. Okay. So today, it also, one of your tasks was today. And the link, so whenever you have a live call with me, see it says live Zoom link. I'm not going to click it, but if you click that picture where it says live Zoom link, it would have taken you, and you may have done that directly to this call. Okay. Now, later today, after this call, you can click complete to let us know that you actually were here and you did it. These are just past. So this is what happens. So I attach myself to a lot of things in here so I can demo. So past, you're going to see, this is what happens when you have tasks that you haven't completed. So I have multiple tasks that I have not completed in here. Okay. And they're still showing up. If you connect your step tracker. All right. Now, if you watch the videos, if you watch the first video that came when you first logged in, it would have shown you how to connect your step tracker. I also showed you where to do that. Jen will show you again in the video. Food journal. You can use this to show us what you're eating. All right, if you want to. So basically, that's just a very easy to know. And then your communities are down here. You're not going to see all these communities. I have myself attached to every community that we have. The only community that you are going to see is the newbies community, which is this one right here that says newbies. But that's how you can easily see the welcome post. So if you haven't said hi to everybody, go into the welcome post, say hello, introduce yourself. This is where I let you guys know that we are about to have a challenge. We will be dropping a lot of information in here. This is one of the key places that you want to communicate with us, as well as, do I have the Glutes Gone Wild conversation? Okay. So Glutes Gone Wild, this is a group chat with everybody. All right. Here is a great place along with the community that I just showed you to ask questions, because not only am I in this group chat, Lisa's in here, as is Sandy, and they're going to be two of your huge supporters in here. So making sure, and they are monitoring this, because remember, myself and Coach Jen, we've also got a lot of client, one-on-one clients that we're working with. So we have both Sandy and Lisa in here to make sure that they are also here to support you in any way that you need, on top of us. So it's just another layer for you guys. So this is where you want to drop questions. Again, Lisa will be in here. Also, you have your community. You can hop into the community. The one thing, if you want to ask a question in here and you want all of our attention, you have to @ everyone. Or you can specifically @ Jules, @ Coach Jen. See, I'm in here twice as a client. @ Sandy, you can @ Lisa if you want their specific attention, but if you want us all to see it, like, so we don't miss it, @ everyone. Okay. Drop me some fire if that makes sense. So now the other thing that I'm going to tell you on top of the video that you're going to watch from Jen, this is all I'm going to go through. But what I went through with you guys before, where you want to be right now today by the end of the day, is you want to have tapped on your you page. Okay. I just tapped the bottom corner that said you. It's going to bring up this right here. If you've added a picture, you'll see a beautiful picture of you, and you have probably completed everything. If not, tap that gear icon. Click your profile. You can add a picture of yourself here. Make sure that you put in your name, your last name. I do need your date of birth. Why? I at least need the year, okay? The month and the year. I need to know about that, because this is going to help us with your nutrition, and as well as add your gender in. The other big place that you want to go is making sure your notifications are turned on. This is just going to notify you whenever we message you. You can turn the email notifications off. I would. And then the next important one is app integration. Okay, this is where you're going to be able to see your steps. Now, if you don't have any of this stuff, totally cool. All right. but you can connect your Apple Watch if you have that by connecting Apple Health. Also, if you have your phone on you all the time and it's an Apple phone, your Apple phone will collect your steps. So you can still connect your Apple Health, all right? When you click this, I'm not going to do it because it's going to take me to a website. But when you click Apple Health, it's going to tell you exactly how to connect it. If you have a Fitbit, you can connect it. If you have MyFitnessPal, you can connect that. Chronometer, Garmin, or even an Oura Ring. So each time you click any of these, it will tell you and walk you through how to connect, okay? Those are the most important things that you need to be doing. Also, metrics, okay? Come in here, enter your metrics, whatever you might weigh. If you want to view more, some of you said, where can I put in my height? Come over here. Now remember, I am currently on the U page, right? I'm on the U page. I came out of the icon. I just clicked the U page on the bottom. All right, I came here. I can come up here and do change. Look, this is how I'm gonna do my app integration, do my profile, all of that. But when I back up out of it, I'm now on the U page. This is where I can click view more, put in my weight. I can also scroll down here, put in my height. So your height will be entered in, if I need to change you from inches, some of you guys are in different countries. If I need to change how you measure your weight from pounds to kilograms, please let me know. If I need to change your height from inches to centimeters, let me know. But if you're in the US, you are on inches. I'm 5'8". 60 inches is 5 foot. Okay, so if you're 5'8", you're 68 inches. If you're 5'4", you're 64 inches. If you're 5'2", you're 62 inches. Okay, so that's how you enter everything in. I've given you guys step goals. So those are the things that are going to be most important to me. Okay. Drop me some fire if that makes sense. So I think I'm on demand very quickly, guys. If you click on demand below, this is where, and again, Jen's going to go through all of this with you, but and there's way more things in here than you're going to see. This is also another place to get to your resource collection. Jen will talk about it today with you on your resource collections. You are part of the onboarding. So you're going to have this onboarding resource collection. Here's the great thing about this resource collection. Every video that we drop for you, anything that I talk about during this week, it's in here. So if you ever have a question, and don't worry, we'll remind you if you ask about it, but like today, no more diets welcome messages in here. You have access to it here. We drop videos on learning how to meal prep. You have access to them here. I don't recommend that you guys go in here and try to go ahead of things. The video that's launching today, welcome, let's learn to navigate, the second one down here, learn to navigate the hallways like a speed skater. That's the one that Jen is going to be talking to you about today. If tomorrow happens and you're like, where the fuck did that video go? I can't find it. There are ways of getting back to it, but you can always find it in your resource collection. I also uploaded some studio programs for you guys. This is just a sneak preview of our on-demand collection. So while you guys are waiting, I do not recommend when we give you assigned programs, do the assigned programs, right? But if the next 2 days you want to play around, you want to go in here, these are just programs that are available. We have workout collections. I did give you guys some workouts from home and such, but I gave some studio programs. You don't have to do any of these, but just know that they're available. Okay. Now, how do I stop mirroring my phone so I can come back? Ah, there you are. All right. Did that make sense, guys? Did I lose a few people? Give me a thumbs up if you're good. Thumbs up in the chat, thumbs up. Estella's good, Joyce is good. Kathy, are you good? Let me know. Do we have anybody that left? We have a few people that left. So this, guys, is the biggest thing that I want you guys to do for right now. Joyce is in the waiting room. Admit. Okay. Awesome. So your responsibility, guys, for this next couple of days is to just navigate the app. You will start in 1 to 2. You'll have walking as a task to complete tomorrow. Then you'll have some stretching exercises, and we're going to warm you up. Things that are going to be dropping that are super important to you is, one, like I said, you're going to have access to our macro calendar. So in this program, we're giving you guys all the same workouts. So if you're a one-on-one client, we customize things to you. We've customized this program to what you've all asking for. This program is going to assess your strength and endurance, and it's going to help you get kick-started into what you need to be doing. You're not going to be getting a specific nutrition meal plan dedicated to you, but you are going to get the tools, and I am going to guide you on Monday on how to set yourself up. So when you're a one-on-one client with you, we give you a specific meal plan customized to you. You guys are going to get my new macro calculator. I'm going to teach you. It's going to drop in the next 2 days so you guys can play with it. It's going to tell you exactly the amount of calories that you need to be consuming to lose weight, the ratio of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And then we're dropping 2 guides to help you create that nutrition plan. And again, these are the things that I want you to be doing over the week, because Monday, when we're going to really kick off this nutrition, this is where I'm going to answer a lot of your questions, make sure you guys are set up for success. So you're going to get a sample meal plan. You're going to get a nutrition guide. You're going to have the ability to figure out what your macros are. The biggest thing I want you to realize is when you get the sample meal plan, know that that sample meal plan is going to give you the foods that are really good to help you reset and restore your body. But the amounts of the foods that are in the sample meal plan may differ to each one of you based on the macros that you receive when you use our BMR calendar that is specifically made for women over 40. Estella, you're good, to calculate where you need to be as far as protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and what your caloric deficit should be to be losing weight. Make sure, guys, that you start drinking more water this week. I want you to aim for a gallon of water. And I want you to start increasing your steps. So if you currently walk 5,000 steps a day, I want to encourage you to try to get 1,000 more into this week. So these are just some of the things that I want you to just start to play with. We have set up reminders. You also have a water tracker, if you didn't know, on your app, as well as a step tracker. So you can actually use this app to track your water, as well as enter in your foods and learn to calculate. So that was a lot of information. We are now 45 minutes into this call. What I'm going to layer on top of this is, we've already talked about this, and I'm going to open this up to questions, but our top tips, guys, are: 1, if you haven't figured it out, communication. All right. If you're not communicating with us, which should be in the Groups Gone Wild group chat or in the community, or showing up on these calls. So there's like 15 of you in here. I've got 7 on this call. Again, high five for being here. But the more that you show up and the more that you ask questions in the group, in the community, the more you're going to get out of this. We can't help you if you're not communicating with us. Also, I talk about being present a lot. So when you're on these calls, when you're listening to a video, learn to really be present and absorb the information. Write down questions that you have, because you have more touch points with me than some of our one-on-ones do. Like, you guys are going to have the ability to not just communicate and have access to everything in the group, but you have access to me every single Monday on these Zoom calls for the next 3 weeks that you're in here. Also, you have sneak access to conversations with Jules. We didn't pull that out of the newbie community. So you're going to notice every Tuesday, there's going to be a reminder that drops in the community, and that you guys that are on this call have the secret information. We'll see if the other 7 people figure it out. We didn't pull it, because the community that you're in, the newbies community, is where we put everybody that's new to our group, even our one-on-ones. We have private coaching that goes on every Tuesday. There's 2 calls. One is at 9 a.m. in the morning, and one is at 6:30 in the evening, both Eastern Standard Time. When I say that, so 3:30 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time and 6 in the morning. But these are called conversations with Jules. These are calls with that are one-on-one clients. This is a group coaching call for our one-on-one clients. So you actually have the ability to sneak in on these and get in on the coaching that I personally am delivering to all of the people in this aesthetic freedom community. And there's 60 plus women in here. Now, they don't all get on the calls every time, but in each call, I will tell you, is different. So you're going to hear from some of them. You're going to hear them getting coaching. So that's a huge advantage. You guys have access to it. We didn't pull it from you. So that's where I mean, you're getting a lot of access to me. So make sure that you're present in these places. Also, make sure that you're present during your workouts, guys. Don't have your phone on and distractions. Use this next 2 weeks to prioritize yourself. What doesn't change, right? So making sure that when you create this space for yourself, that you're setting yourself up for success. We're going to talk more about this next Monday, but you can start now. When am I going to work out? Put it on the calendar. Be present. Shut everything off when you are working out during those times when you're creating this space for yourself. Be patient. All right? Be patient with yourself. Don't get irritated. Like, patience is key. Fad diets don't work. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I'm about long-lasting, sustainable results. I'm not about diets. These things take time. It takes us to be consistent. So learn to be patient with yourself. I know we want this to happen overnight, but be patient. And then follow the process, guys. We're habit stacking you. So what may seem like a slow process, like I just want to jump off the cliff and get this done, know that I have been doing this for years, and I have had success after the program works. You get results. You have to lean in and trust me. And we have created this program. And like I said, you got me for 3 weeks versus 2. Surprise. And the reason why you do is because we are habit stacking you. We're creating habits that are going to help to last. Okay. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
No, I need to jump off, but can I say just one thing?
Yes.
Before I jump off, I got to get to work. Guys, I've literally started 2 years ago. I'm going to drop a succession of where I started and where I was just a couple months ago. Like, if you're in a place where you feel like you don't like where you're at, I promise you're going to get results. It's going to be slow, and then you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be a completely different person. And I don't mean just how you look, like how you think. I told Jules, I can't stop drinking wine. I was like, I won't stop running. Like, I can't do this. And I did it all. And I have just 100%, leaned into what this is. I'm here for you. I'm actually a therapist. So not only do I have some of the knowledge because I've been doing this for 2 years, but I have the background in terms of the methodology that she uses, which is why I love this program so much, because it's not just about, oh, eat this, do this. It's how you think. So just, you guys are lucky to be here. Just embrace it. Use us. I'm here for you. I'm deploying soon for a year, but I'll still be here for you when I'm deployed. And I'm going to drop that picture and you can see, like, you will see micro changes. One of my favorite things that Jules says is minuscule changes. And then one day you'll start looking, take your pictures every single week. Don't feel bad. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be like, I don't like it, because you're going to see these changes and you're going to go, whoa. Yeah. That was my 2 cents. I'm gonna throw that picture in there and I'm gonna jump off, and I'll be there in the chat for any questions.
I love it. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you being on the call and supporting these guys in their 2-week challenge. And guys,
Yay!
yay! And she just leaned into exactly what I said in the beginning of this call, if you missed it. Like, she was the girl that said, that's not for me. I don't, like, I'm not that type of person. And I hear this all the time when people start the group, like, this is what I do. I don't take shit away forever. Like, we don't take things away from you, but we give you the whys behind it. So, like, for her, it was the wine. It wasn't that it needed to go away, but it was a trigger for her. It was something that she leaned into to de-stress from herself, and she knew it was something. So it was about going home at night and kicking back, and she'll tell you this, with a bottle of wine to distress herself from her job, her life, whatever. And then it was a roller coaster of not being able to sleep. And I just said to her, I'm like, you just need to try it. You need to look it for something else, a different outlet for a while. Let's create a change. Let's look at doing something different. And she did. And she'll be the first one to tell you, to this date, I don't give a shit if she drinks wine, but she doesn't. And her biggest response is, I don't really feel like I need to. And it's very, very interesting, because I hear a lot of women say that. A lot of women, when they first come in here, utilize crutches like food and wine to de-stress. And then it becomes, after shifting their mindset, not just having a sexy ass body, but also that's what she's talking about. You shift and you're like, I don't really want that. Or you might have a glass and you have a sip or two and you're like, oh, that was good. And you don't want any more. So just thinking about those things, guys. And like I said, and a lot of the other things that we're going to tell you to do is to use your tools. So you will start checking in. Check-ins are on Saturday. We guide you to that. You're going to have the access to check in. We'll tell you exactly how to do it over this week, and how to check in. Tomorrow, your only responsibility, and you can even do it today. Tomorrow it'll be easier, because it will ask you for the information, just entering in your weight. So we have a starting point if you haven't done that already, and dropping your pictures. Then on the following Saturday, you will officially check in, but we'll show you how to do that. And then really, just like we said, trusting the process, remembering to always be prepared. All right. And what do we mean by that? We'll talk more about that on next Monday. But right now, being prepared right now is setting aside time every day to just check this app, to watch the videos, to look at what you have for tasks. And if you have a stretching exercise, you do that. If you've got the task to walk for 30 minutes, that you do that. So right now, your responsibility is to set time aside to just check out the app, get used to it, because we're going to just keep building you in this process. All right, now I'm going to open it up to questions, thoughts, feedback. Fire them at me, because I'm looking at a bunch of names right now, because you're all indecent. Awesome. I've been having a hard time pulling up the chat button on this call. I've been listening, but I couldn't participate fully because of that. What am I doing? I don't know, Chris. But you did find the chat button. You know what? Zoom's done some pretty weird shit lately, so don't feel alone. I've been using Zoom forever. But feel free to come off of mute and ask me any questions right now, guys. Raise your hand if you have a question. Estella is so ready. Awesome. No questions? All right, well, you all have to come off of mute and tell me one thing that you learned on this call today that you are going to hold yourself accountable to this week? Because I need to know that you were all listening. Go. Joyce. What are you walking away with? Kathy. What are you walking away with? Estella. Chris. Joyce, I can hear you. I don't know what you're up to. Joyce, what are you walking away with? You're in here twice, by the way.
So that I can set up like my Garmin to,
Track
like
your
upload
steps?
my workouts and stuff.
Yeah, you certainly can. So just like watch the videos that we dropped this week. And as I showed you today, you could even set up your Garmin before any of those videos. Just go to your U page, go under integrations, and connect your Garmin. And we'll be able to see your steps and your workouts. Is that your takeaway today?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it sounds incredible. It really does. Lisa's before and after pictures are amazing.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
I can't believe it.
Awesome. Well, believe it, guys. Like, we are here for you. And remember, the biggest thing, guys, is it starts right here. And that's why I started the call off the way that I did. And really, you know, one of the biggest takeaways that you guys should say is like catching yourself when you say, well, that's not for me, or I can't do that, or whatever, because it's going to come up. It's going to come up. You're going to see the pictures of, well, that's them. That's not me. No, you all are 1,000% possible or capable of getting the results of every single person that we've ever transformed. Of anybody that is currently in this group or has the pictures that you've seen on my social media, you guys are all capable of it, of doing anything that you want to do. It's 100% possible. There's no person that I haven't transformed. And if I haven't, it's because they quit on themselves. I'm not going to do it in 2 weeks, but I'm going to give you a hell of a fucking start in the next 3 weeks. All right. Who else has got a share for me? Kathy, what's up, lady? Chris, what's up, lady?
Got to get back to my water. I took yesterday off, and when I find that when I don't work out, I don't hardly drink as much because you're not. It's over 100 here, so it's great. As long as I'm outside, I'm like, yes, all about it.
Yeah.
But inside or not working out, I find that I don't drink as much. Same in the winter. You know, I have a hard time getting it in, so I just have to get back outside today.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Use the tracker, guys. There is a tracker, and we actually are going to upload another tracker. There's 2 ways of tracking your water in there, so that sometimes will help. You can actually enter the ounces in that you drink, as well as we're going to be dropping a task reminder for water. But here's another hot tip that I do. This is actually a half a gallon from yesterday, so I didn't really drink all this yet. But I have drank a lot of water. I walk around with a gallon jug. I drink a gallon and a half a day. So I open up a gallon. This is just the way that I measure it. This sucker's got to be gone by the end of the day. I'm currently doing a gallon and a half because it's warm here. If you guys are living in Vegas or California, you should be doing, I always increase myself with more water during the heat, but that's a good way of tracking your water. Because you don't want to get dehydrated. Remember, dehydration, hunger masks itself, or dehydration masks itself as hunger a lot of times. So FYI, a lot of times when you're dehydrated, you feel hungry. So good share. I'm glad you got that. Anybody else got something out of this call that you want to share with me? Let's see. Chris Fire, Asa has to jump back on her work call. Chris, yes. It's not what I have used in the past.
I mean, I'm still talking about the Zoom call.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a hard time
It
really.
did change, Chris. Yeah, no, it's like literally like in the last 2 weeks it's changed. And I'm
Yep.
on Zoom calls all the time and I'm like, where the hell is
Yeah, I know the call's been awesome. You've really fired me up. I think you know that I talked to you this weekend and was like, I think I have to pass. And I'm glad you reached out and said, no, don't.
No.
You know, put yourself first. I'm excited to try. In fact, I told my sister I might just drag you along while you're here, and you're going to have to do it right alongside of me. And she was
I
like,
love that. And you know what? I just put it together that you were one. There's 2 people that reached out to me. And you know what, guys? Do me a favor. If you're one of those people, Chris, you are, drop in that Glutes Gone Wild. Like, 'cause everybody is in there. So if they open the
yeah,
app, they'll see it. And that's like, I'll share with you. Chris did reach out to me, and there's somebody else that reached out to me too and said, I have like shit going on and I can't do it. And I'm like, guys, this is why you're here. And this is part of this program. We teach you how to shift that mindset, because one of the biggest things is Chris, like, she came in, she's right. She came in, she said, I can't do this because I've got obligations. And I literally voice messaged her back so she could hear my voice. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what you can or cannot do. But I am going to tell you that you need to learn to put yourself first, because this is life. And that is what we teach you in this program, is how to navigate life. Because you, as we talked about in the beginning, and when I mean you guys, I'm talking to all of you on this call right now. You have been used to putting yourself last. You prioritize other shit before you because you're high
exactly.
women. And you just went, oh, well, you know what? I can't do this because somebody's coming to town, or I have a family emergency, right? And then
Yep.
I reached out to her in person. Like, I literally voice messaged her. She's not. I did. I was like, oh yeah, no, you're getting a voice message from me. I'm like, do what you want to do, but listen. So again, that's why I high five you guys for being here, because it takes a lot to be here. It is so easy. It is so easy to say no to yourself. And you guys, I want to see all of you here at the end of this 3 weeks. Like, I want to see you all on these, and get on every Monday call with me. If you can get on those Tuesday calls, Monday calls will always be at this time. Okay. This is the space that I have available for you. You're always going to get more information from me on these Monday calls. They're going to happen the next 3 Mondays. But like I said, you have a secret pass to Conversations with Jules, and those you will see in the group chat. And it'll the community that looks like a Facebook page in this app. You'll see that those happen on Tuesday, tomorrow morning and afternoon. You can get on either one, but they're huge. So you guys have like a shit ton of access to me. Plus, we are downloading on you so much information that you don't even get in the Facebook group, the free Facebook group. Like, you're getting so much education, like from videos and things that I just felt was super necessary for you guys to hear. So I'm happy that you're here. I'm excited to see you guys get some kick-ass results. I look forward to seeing you all in the app and seeing your beautiful faces every Monday. Do me a favor, go into that group Glutes Gone Wild chat where all 15 of you are. Drop some fire of what you learned on this call, how excited you are to get started, and fire up those other 7 people that didn't show up on this call, and let them know that they need to be here every single week. And let's all win together. Deal?
Yay. Yes. Yes.
All right, guys.
See you next week.
Have a
Bye-bye.
fantastic week. You'll see me in the app. Don't you worry. Bye, guys.
Bye.